Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining in person, and thank you to everyone in the live stream on YouTube. This is a very special masterclass with preeminent, world famous, and multiple Grammy-winning cellist Zuill Bailey. I'm very excited to present this today. I'm the artistic director of your New York Piano Society, and without much further ado, I would love to welcome Mr. Zuill Bailey here to the stage so he can take it away. And today we're preparing our members who are going to be performing these pieces that you're hearing tonight at our December 8th fundraiser. So please follow our website. You can buy tickets there. That particular concert will feature Sterling Elliott and also John Henry Crawford, another wonderful cellist who will be joining a little bit later with Zuill. So here is Zuill Bailey.
Yeah, it's great to be here. This is Sabrina, come join. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to wrap my head around this because I'm basically prepping. I'm the trainer for our concert. So I was trying to figure out what can we do other than just maybe run it and figure out possible tempos. But I mean, the idea of working with someone that you don't know. I mean, you don't know Sterling Elliott. You don't know John Henry Crawford. Someone that you're going to collaborate with, everyone has to kind of come to the table prepared and know their place, and I'll go into that in a second, but there are kind of rules of engagement, not to offend each other, but to also come up with an interpretation. So first and foremost, this is a piano and cello sonata. It's the second sonata that Mendelssohn wrote, but Mendelssohn was the pianist. So you always have to, as a cellist, I always have to remind myself, what is my role? In fact, this piece was initially supposed to be a piano concerto, the first movement, the melody. So he was already conceiving this as being a big, full-fledged piano piece, and then later on decided to kind of hack away at it and make it a cello and piano piece, which he was so good at writing for the cello and stringed instruments. Even in his teens, very young, he played the violin and viola, so he was a magnificent, multi-talented guy. So as we start, I'm going to understand my role is that I'm fitting in texturally into a piano concerto, initially. And you lead, because you're Mendelssohn, you know? So when I play with Brahms, I think the same thing, meaning I play a Brahms sonata, and it's even more clear in the Beethoven sonatas because it says sonatas for piano and cello. So let's just see what happens. Always an instrumentalist needs to tune, so I'll take an A really quick. Usually in a duo situation, and I'm not sure exactly what Sterling's going to do, but I don't generally sit here. I'm only sitting here today because of the space here. I would prefer to sit over there beside you because it feels like a duo. And in that particular case, the sound can be separate. In this particular case, I'm going to have the sound washing through me, so I can't really tell the balance as well here. So you'll have to remember that sometimes the cellist will sit right there, which in many ways is easier because you can see out of the periphery of your eyes, you can see the bow. Here, you can't see anything that I'm doing. So just so you know, this is what it would be like. You see how much easier that is?
Right.
So I'll fight through it. So let's just start and see how far we get. Okay. The thing about Mendelssohn to me, it says allegro assai vivace, so it's supposed to be fast, but Mendelssohn writes so many notes already in there that it's going to sound fast no matter what. So I want to make sure, right now it feels a little bit panicked. Let's start again, and let's just try to keep it as vertical as we possibly can, knowing that the current of notes is going to make it sound. And he was a genius at this stuff. The way he would write retardandos as well as accelerandos in his music by the kind of going from quarter notes to eighth notes to triplets to these kind of things. So just follow along and try to make it sound not so notey. Okay? Is there any reason? No. No reason? Don't slow down.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back because I don't know how much time. This is a humongous movement, and so I didn't repeat so much that I want to go over some stuff. It sounds great. It really does sound great, yeah. And all I'm going to talk about are dynamics and how to set mood, because it's so charging, the piece, that if we don't, it's not going to sound elegant. And Mendelssohn was striding classical music, tilting it towards romantic music. So the romantic element of this, this kind of an emotional beauty has got to be there. And to do that, I think we have to set a little bit more. So let's start at the beginning. Can we just, for an experiment, Sarah, can you just play your opening left hand for a second? Be as light as you can, like, yeah. 1, 2, ready, and. Is that the high notes, the melody, the moving notes, the higher notes are always the ones we hear more of. So I'd like you to barely play the left hand, the right hand, just barely play it. Just have it be a little bit of a sheen on top of this, which is the current. Okay, so I would say that the left hand should be mezzo forte. The right hand should be piano. What is your dynamic in general?
Like of the piece, or
the opening, yeah. Is it forte?
Yeah,
forte?
forte.
Okay, so this is good, this is good. But that also goes back to you're playing with a cello, and during that time in history, it was called the mellow cello, and cellists were always really afraid of being covered up. So we can also talk about today the use of the pedal. Anytime you, with this thickly textured stuff, anytime, that's why I looked underneath, that you cannot use the pedal and have it be with your hands, the better we all are off. You can totally obliterate. I'm right in the guts of the cello. So if you put the hammers down, literally, and you put the pedal down, I'm gone. Okay? So try to do everything you can without the pedal. And try to be very, very careful about voicing bottom to top. Okay? Let's try it one more time together. And at measure 13, you see where 13 is?
Sorry, I don't have measure numbers.
Okay. All right, we'll start. I want to drop a little bit there so we have a place. Every time you see a sforzando, and there are many of them, so at the very beginning you see maybe 10 bars in, you'll see a series of sforzandi.
Right.
You see those?
Yes.
You see where I go,
Yes.
Yeah, so think of those as a crescendo. It's not marked that way, but it's generally thought that you've got a dum, bum, yum. You see? So the first one, which is the first sforzando there, should be less, generally speaking. Okay, when you have many of them. So let's drop there, which is at measure 13. You see where that is?
The first.
The first one. Just pull the pressure out of the playing.
Okay.
Okay, one more time. Beginning, 2. From my standpoint, sitting right here in the front of your piano, that sounded terrific. Now, right where we stopped is where the full glory of the piano comes in. I can honk away as loud as I want. It doesn't matter. That's where you can do whatever you want. That's A. Do you have A?
Yeah.
Okay. So right there, think full, Mendelssohn played the organ. Think of him like pulling all the pipes open right there, okay? Let's start. That was terrific before that. Let's start at A. boom. It's a sudden piano. Do you have that also?
Yes.
We have to. Do you have a pencil or some way to mark that? You can't write on your music. Can you remember that? So it's ba 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 ba. It's just you have to. A lot of times in this music, I acknowledge it, but I don't do it. But I do it, but I don't want it to become an affectation. So it's ba 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 ba. You see it? Just pull the plug. So one more time, when you get to that spot, which is measure 30, follow the dynamic. That's a key dynamic because that's the first time he's written the piano. That'll show elegance. The A sounded terrific. Let's keep going. A. I'm looking for goosebumps. So do the bar before the piano. Up, 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 up. Oh. Like think of you going up, 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 up. Think of it coming from below. Up, 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 boom, up, up, up. Like gesturally. Try it by yourself. Bum, ba, ba, ba. Okay, don't. That's the downbeat, right? So da ba ba da ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba ba. So you're going to separate those two and make the downbeat a whole nother planet of experience. That's it. That's it. Great. That was awesome. Let's start two before the piano. I can't believe you have to play that. I'm so glad I don't have to play that. So, but take your time. I'm not in your way. Don't feel, again, it's going to sound virtuosic no matter what you do. Take your time to make sure you hit every note. Do whatever you want with it. Mendelssohn would have, I promise you. So start right there by yourself. Okay, what I always say with this kind of thing is that you gotta, if you don't have the bones, those are the notes that have to be there. The rest you can fake all day long. It's the first one, it's the sketchy one. That's it. Absolutely. And so again, the way the brain works, if you start thinking about all the minutiae, all the micro innards, you miss something and it turns into a flail. If you don't worry about the small stuff, you just kind of work on the beams, the support beams. So the first one, so no matter, I think, mentally, if you just hit the first one, the rest will be fine. Then once you hit that, no problem. Try it. That's it. That's great. Great. So let's start at. I thought that was terrific, but my belief system is practice makes permanent. So I want to see if that was luck with all those beautiful things you did, because we're not going to go through the whole movement like this, but it's so repetitive. If you just do it like this, we're golden. So let's start back at A. And when we get to the piano, make magic, come from below. And then when you come to your cadenza, the little flourish, make sure that that first support beam is in place. Okay? Here we go. We'll start at A. Don't mess up now.
Oh.
it's okay. Always blame the page turner. Always blame the page turner. That's your get out of jail free card. Okay, let's do that slowly once because that's an issue. You've also missed that last note that you missed every time. So I want to make sure you're not, again, it's going to get into your hard drive. Can we start the fortissimo slowly? My part. You see what it is? That's wrong. I'm glad that everyone has the score in the audience. That's really scary when you play concerts and everyone has the score in the audience. It's not an enjoyable concert when that happens, especially when they start taking out pencils and doing this while you're playing. It's the worst. Okay, same spot again. That was correct until the very end. Let's just do it again. By the way, the second half of 38, when I come in, that's when you can relax because I'm supposed to soar above you. So just don't worry about the rest of your little flourish. But before that, it's all you. Okay? So I was taught early on the cello to try to sing, and the way the way the voice works and the just so it's da dum bom. So if you're going to jump, you have to give your watch my body language. So ba dum bom. You've got to give yourself enough time that your body can adjust to hit this. It's not da da da. On a mechanical instrument, we can cinch in time, but it's mechanical, but it's not natural. So where I'm going with this is that what you just played, it sounded like you were going too fast. You can take time, whatever it is, right there. Can we just hear that once? Right before C. It must be right before that. So start at a little before that, anywhere, because I want to hear your part. it's a weird position to be in that I've got such an easy part and I'm pushing you when you've got such a hard part. So sorry, my fault. Can we start back, because your flourishes have got to sound effortless, and I'm just kind of lurching forward. Can we start at K? Is that K? Right there? All the time, and I have done it so much of my life, but when it gets softer, you actually, in some ways, you have to speed up. You have to combat the idea that you want to get slower. And what the funny thing about slow things, and this is something I've learned in the past 7 or 8 years, they feel so terrific, but they sound bad when you go too slow. Keep the current going. So it would be really interesting to me if we could start this section and actually kind of go like this, to make it like you're telling something really very interesting but softly, versus getting really tired. Okay? So where can we start where you know where to start? Dum bum 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? You've got to fight it. You've got to fight the instinct, because I guarantee you it 100% feels right, not right. You'll hear it back later and be like, ugh, why am I dragging? You see where the diminuendo is?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. Start same spot before. The time before that, wherever you started, where I'm not playing. Start anywhere in there. About this, and it's always a disaster, the first rehearsal. We should have talked about getting measure numbers or big letters, because it makes it so much easier, and it just wastes so much time. So when with Sterling or whomever you work with, ask them what edition they're using, and ask them if they have letters, numbers, measure numbers, because it's a complete frustrating, not now, but in general when you don't know where to start. Do you know where the last pianissimo was? So it's was I playing too fast for you?
I think I just missed something.
We got to figure that out. So let me hear it by ear. I'm gonna mark my playing so I can hear you and not be blasting away. Same spot again. Okay. That whole section is piano, so you don't crescendo yet. And when you start to crescendo, it's still in piano. You see it? Yeah. One more time. Yeah. And this section we're in right now, even though I'm marking, it's in pianissimo. You're slow out of nowhere then because it was right on until the last two bars. Do you see where that crescendo is?
Yeah.
Let's start right there slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2. Do you see in my part a hairpin going, a crescendo 2 bars before that?
Yeah.
Let's start there. Great. Let's go before that. I call this ironing. So in general, I like to talk, but no one teaches anyone how to practice. No one taught me how to practice. So I have found through my own errors that when you make a mistake, don't practice where the mistake was. Practice before the mistake and through the mistake. Because generally the mistake happens coming into the mistake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's not on the mistake, it's too late. So don't practice the error, practice right before. I call this ironing. So let's go back a little bit just to see. Okay, so the piano before that. Da, 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 da. You see that? Got it. You're slowing down. You're making the hairpin very grand, and I'm not sure you should. I think it's got to become this. It gets really big into. We're going to the fortissimo. It's not slowing down. So, and again, when you come up with a tempo, you've got to come up with a tempo that you can play the entire piece, not just the easy parts. So if this is a hard spot for you, we have to slow the whole thing down, which is fine, but I don't think it is. So just try not to slow down too much. Let's start same spot again. Yeah. Just so you know, what I just played is not what he wrote. I'm taking it up an octave. So just that's something to note. I don't know what Sterling's going to do, but a lot of cellists will change register because it just sounds not as good lower. But I might have sped up. So let's go through that one section. I don't want to speed up to your hard spots, because that's not fair. So I'm sorry if I did that. You see where Q is?
Yes.
Yeah, right there? More time in the passage, because I'm not doing much to distract you. You know what I mean? You're finishing and going back to what I was saying about the singing. You're going, and then you're like a typewriter. You're flying back over to try to hit the top. Take your time. I will stay out of your way. Let's do the whole thing a little slower. Okay? A tremolo going in my repertoire, so this is hard for me. This section is hard for me to do like a buzz saw, and so don't push.
Okay.
This is where you save me. So I can do this fast, but I don't have a reserve of buzz saw. So if you push, I'm gonna hurt you, because I'm gonna speed up when you have a hard part, and you don't want that to happen. So let's start at S and just be aware that I don't like this passage. Okay. 1, 2, ready. Now you're slowing down. So just keep it going lightly, but don't get impatient. One more time. This is a very when you play this with Sterling, he will smile at you because he will thank you. I don't care how fast the spiccato he has. Okay? One more time.
I took an extra beat.
Wait, like there's a whole other section. Where are you? Oh my God. Can we start at the note where I stop? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you Xerox a page twice? Oh my God, I'm scared. Like I didn't recognize anything on the page. One more time. You got to make this so super special. I would use the adjective smoky. Like, use the pedal here. This is where he's like, and I write romantic music too. Okay? So same spot again. Let's make it really, really interesting. Okay? It's great, but you're getting way too loud too fast. We're not even near a regular forte.
Right.
So, the other thing that I do, and this is just my own little psychology, is when I see a crescendo, I consider doing a crescendo. I don't go, oh, volume knob,
Yeah.
So like I go, oh, I should start a crescendo sometime soon. Maybe I'll consider, here we go. It's already started. It's the crescendo started. But we're already 3 bars in. Okay? Same spot again, that was great. Again, keep it way down for as long as you can. Go.
That was my fault.
I know. I know, because I'm resetting each of my sections, and I want to try, because I've never done this part before. So let's start at V, just your left hand. This is a really cool spot where I'm going to give you strength in your part. V. So let's do it very slowly. That's got to be really locked in. V, 2, ready, and. The rhythm's right there is wrong. You have. Do you see where I go where we just stopped? Yeah? Play your part right there. So. Yeah, great. So the crescendo. So one, I'm going to sing it, because this is another thing I try to teach everyone to do, is like if you can't sing it, you can't play it, because you can't internalize the rhythm. So let's start where I said the crescendo. You see that? So the bar before that. So ready? Go. Okay, can you sing it with me now? Without playing the piano?
Okay, my part or
Sing your part. I want to hear rhythms. So whatever you do. Okay?
can I snap?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So it's No, I need to hear your.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do it slowly. So 1, 2. That's exactly what was wrong before, and now it's right. Da da, da da. That's great. Let's do it one more time in tempo. 1, 2, ready, go. It's late. It's now you play. You do my part, and I'll do your part.
Okay.
Ready? 2. Ba-bam. 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 It's got to be right there.
Okay.
One more time. I'll switch back to our parts. That's great. All right, we're going to do right together, right there. So the most important thing is da-da, da-da, da-da. The extra can't distract from da-da, ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. You what?
I should memorize that.
Oh, it's a page turn. wherever you want. It's working itself out. So that's one of those sections that if you can't figure out, I would put a Post-it on it and just kind of be thinking it. Or if on my iPad, I would circle it in red. So whenever I got to it, it was like laser beams of focus with rhythm.
Yeah.
So let's try it again. 1, 2, ready. Okay, so we just stopped at W. Yeah? Yes?
Yes.
So we're going to count before that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Let's start 10 before. 1, 2, ready, and.
I think yeah.
Let's do it slowly.
Okay.
With the foot, da, ya, ba, 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 bum. Just a little bit. Let's start at X to the N. You have that one? X?
X.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, I mean, I'm your guinea pig. This is why I'm here. Any questions or weird sections that we didn't talk about?
I think I just need to practice.
Well, there's, again, just note to self, when you play with someone, it's happened almost every time I've worked together with people that you have to feel that first rehearsal.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of go back and practice and we're like, oh my God, I didn't think about
Yeah.
that, or I didn't know that was the hard section. And a lot of times it's just distractions of sounds or gestures, or you didn't know someone's going to take time.
Right.
But so you know your spots now.
Yeah, I think I slow down on all
The hard stuff?
yeah.
You clearly have a technique to play it. You don't need to. So I would hammer. So the pianists that I've worked with in music of Mendelssohn have always talked to me about what they call training, because there's so much going on that they have to keep practicing it and practicing it and practicing it with a metronome. And basically that's every pianist that I've played with these pieces. They're like, are you kidding me? It's so exhausting. But it's good for the arms. So practice with the metronome, and work on colors.
Yeah.
And the bigger picture. My new phrase these days is make sure you see the forest from the trees.
Right.
You don't want to be looking at trees here. You want to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fits.
These are all singles. Yeah, so basically, whenever I get to about Never played this with before.
It's a weird movement. I mean, well, let's see what happens first before we start talking about it, but it's a lot of mimicry, a lot of echoing. So this is the second movement of the Mendelssohn Sonata Scherzando.
So I'm so
Because
sorry.
it's Mendelssohn.
What?
It's Mendelssohn.
No, but here's the fun part. I think it's harder slow, and we're playing it.
I deliberately started it slow because I was.
No, I think the absolute opposite, because there's a freedom of, like, it's a joke. Because you do the versus kind of bonsai treeing. So let's try it beginning again. It's all the same.
Okay.
And remember that middle section is just the songs without words. So it's just, let's just sing away. And again, think joke. Like, this is nothing. That's really Maybe you could do a make it a little bit more leathery right before it comes into the singing section. So because it's what I was saying about the image was that we're basically going back. We're creating pizzicatos to go, and now we get to go into the whole horizontal section. So yum ba 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 bum ba da dum. So maybe make the sprite short notes into longer, more leathery notes. Okay, so maybe I
have bonus.
Oh, great. I do too. So let's do pick up to 42. Yeah, ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sure about the octaves. I can play them normally, but that's good learning. And what goes wrong in performance?
Yeah, you only learn on
it's
stage.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
No, you're gonna be fine. I have notes for you.
I
That'll be the last thing.
Okay, fine.
Well, can we just try an experiment, just because we can? Let's, let's try it in one.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Sorry about that, yeah.
No. Let's do something that he didn't write, just to see. Let's take a retard. Bum 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 bum. Yeah bum 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 bum. You see, I want to test how gross we can get.
How many bars before your alco do you want me to?
Yeah, I would say maybe one bar, but I want to.
Okay.
I want to actually play a retardando.
Okay.
So let's do before the cantabile, which is 51. Let's do three bars before. I don't care what you do, when you do it. I just want you to slow down.
Okay.
Interesting. So I had a teacher one time who would say interesting, and I would always be like, "Is that good?" And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you." So when I say interesting, it's loaded. I like that. I actually did like that, but let's try it again.
So 3 bars before your alco, did you say?
Yeah. Same
So
thing.
40, 48?
Sure. That sounds really good. Let's do it again. This time, I want you to think you're doing it, but don't do it.
Okay.
Okay. I think somewhere in between.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, it's a mood change. You can't just stop and do
Yeah,
that.
sure,
And you
yeah.
know, maybe he wrote diminuendo pianissimo because he started bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. You know, it's supposed to get so soft that it just kind of comes out of it. I'm not,
Yeah.
I just can't tell you to take a retard there because he didn't write it.
Okay.
But you understand you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Take a retard. That's good. And you know what? I loved your left hand in the singing section. Your inner voices were really, really special. Let's hear it. I want to hear that again. 51. So this is his songs without words right here.
Yeah, okay. You start.
What's your dynamic there?
So I have a sforzando on that, and then I have a piano immediately after it.
What's your dynamic? When sforzando in what?
What, sorry?
You said you had a sforzando there, but what is that in? Are you in forte? Are you in
I started pianissimo, and then I have a hairpin. the
Into
bar
nothing.
before. Into a
piano?
The bit that goes is a hairpin to sforzando piano.
So the two dynamics you've got a pianissimo
Yeah.
and you've got a piano.
Yeah. So you want me to stay with it?
Yeah. That's the world you're in. Don't make it a forte. He would have written that. So keep it light and keep it interesting and it gets bigger, but it stays in the world of, you're going from a pianissimo piano. Like right there. Keep it in the same character.
Let's just do that again with this paper here.
Where would you like to
So wait, pick up to 105.
That's big.
Am I? Right now I'm a bit tense, and I'm still working this up to the speed you want to do it at.
Well, it's not what I want to do it at. It's just maintaining. So let's do something, because the big part I love is your left hand. Let's try it just with left hand.
Okay.
Where I come in.
Yeah. I'm still a bit nervous. There are a couple of notes I'm actually taking with the right hand. So this is why they're...
No problem. Good. Let's do it slowly, because I think my feeling is if the left hand and I are locked, if we are locked, it's going to be whatever. It's going to sound great. So let's do it a little slower. Same thing. Right hand with it? Same thing, yeah.
Yep.
That's right. That's the right. Again, I'm just thinking about the intensity should be in your left hand. The right hand should be. I guarantee you will hear it, but it's kind of in the register that the cello is. So just focus on the left hand in that. I think.
Yeah. And at the very end.
Yeah.
Where it says fortissimo.
Yes.
You do fortissimo and then immediately take it down.
Again. Well, that's not what he wrote, but it's. Again, you'll have to ask your next cellist, but I think that's appropriate. Otherwise, it's like, where are you going to go? I mean, you go, but it says sempre fortissimo next, but I mean, give a little bit of a flex in there. Simon, it sounds terrific. Going back to what we were talking about in the first movement, in the 150s,
Oh, moving. Back.
going on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
But what we were talking about in slowing down with the soft stuff, let's start at 154 and
Yep.
keep it going, but actually have the color. Don't play so soft that you can't hear the notes. So
Okay.
I make sure to have just a release. But when you pull up, it'll become you're gonna, especially in concert in nerves, we all pull up. So you have to make sure that you're combating that when you practice. Make sure that you're still going down because you won't get to the bottom of the note. So let's start right in there. How about 167?
Okay.
With a slurry thing over it?
Yeah.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Do you want it a bit more
I don't know.
staccato S?
Well, I'd like it to be as even as possible. The joke is happening now because it keeps going over and over, kind of like the Brahms E minor second movement. It just keeps spinning. Or the Rachmaninoff scherzo. Is it going to stop? No, it's not going to stop. So let's not allude to the end. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So don't slow down right there. So let's start at 176.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Now, so you know of Mendelssohn's obsession with Bach. Did you know this?
Yes.
I didn't realize that when Mendelssohn wrote the wedding theme, as the da ram ba ram ba ram ba da. I was researching all of the things I didn't know about Mendelssohn, and that was interesting. But I did know that we basically celebrate Bach because of Mendelssohn's wealth and his influence. He was so celebrated during his own lifetime that anything he said would become very visible. And so he underwrote St. Matthew Passion of Bach. And this is a tribute to Bach. It's supposed to be a Bach chorale, this movement. Yeah. So this is interesting to me also because it's very different than so many other things. So we're going to be listening to this through the eyes of Mendelssohn saluting Bach. sound. It's like the more we do with it, the more it becomes.
Thank you, Simon, for learning this in half an hour.
It's true. He learned this half an hour ago. But so much that, and again, I'm thinking about all of Bach and the chords and how to make, what do you do? But, Mendelssohn being an organist, was he led by the pedals? You're an organist, I know. I want to try an experiment because I was thinking about this yesterday. I'd like you just to play the bass notes and lead with that. Don't play don't play the arpeggios or the chords.
So just one bass note or everything I have in my left hand?
Let's see.
Well, so
yeah. So just I want to hear the bottom 3 or 2 notes.
Okay.
Can you try it again? This is for me, so thank you for doing this. Can you go ya papa, ya papa? Like don't go to the top. So timing wise, to me, I'm wanting. I'm not sure that's what I don't. Again, I don't know how to play Bach, and I say that to keep myself in my place. But is it boom, 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 boom? You see, versus boom, 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 boom. I feel like you're waiting because it's technically what it is, versus musically what it maybe should be. So I'd like to just hear. Like that's the arc of the phrase.
If I did it with only 2 notes instead of 3, it would work.
Maybe.
Okay.
Can you hear a verse that goes boyong? That could be very interesting, especially with what the way he wrote it. So can you keep that timing and add the rest?
Maybe.
Okay. Suit jacket like that sounded right to me. It didn't sound mechanical. It didn't sound like you were, it's an awkward, it's literally heavenly. So, and it's simple, but it's not. It's very difficult. But you're reversing everything that you think. It's the pedals that move you along, but let the rest just kind of be the sparkles in the sky, but it's you're walking. Boom, boom, boom. And then when you get to a stopping point, that's when you maybe do a little bit of a flourish,
right?
To look around. Let's try one more time and keep going. And then take the so go boom, at the last chord, spread it out.
With the balancing, yeah.
Yeah. I would tend towards that, and maybe unravel a couple of them, but it gives security as the listener. I had these weird flashbacks because I think I told you this, but my mom was the organist at my church growing up, and I went to 2 services a week for 19 years.
Oh, wow.
Sitting beside her up in the balcony, and I just will never forget when she would play pieces that sounded like kind of looking around and getting above it all. And that's what I just was reminded of, like kind of just the whole, it's thought-provoking, but you're above it. You're just thinking about big things versus the chords. This next section is appassionato for me, and it's unanimated. So I'm trying to keep the steady tempo, but also have it be a little bit, so let me just try with you. This is the hard part now. So, I love hearing this together. Can we try it one more time?
Oh, sorry. You start. Am I too early?
I think you're too. I'm earlier than you.
Oh, I'm late on that. You're gonna,
I'm being a little bit agitated there.
Yeah.
I'm being a little bit impassioned. Yeah. I would love to allow Sterling to get as soft as I just got, because it's a mezzo forte, but it really sings. They kind of have this thing. So I'm trying to experiment. So let's.
great.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That was a lot.
Yeah, no, it was really great. And by the way, just to go on record, we weren't together at the very end.
Which bit?
No. I'm saying that we got off, but it doesn't matter. It's because it was kind of this whole like I'm the recit.
The thing is,
But it wasn't your fault. I'm saying that I took some extra time, but then it kind of meandered. So just know that in
the strange thing is in bar
36.
35. In
Yes.
bar 35,
That's
you
right.
have a C when
Yes.
I'm still playing.
That's right. So in that section 35, 36, 37, just you keep your chorale going,
Yeah.
and let me or the cellist just kind
And
of.
you'll just do whatever.
That's right. I mean, it felt right, but I knew it was slightly not jiving, but it felt right. So I think jiving sounds academic. You know what I mean? If it's
Right.
just right, if you're waiting for each other, it's got to be this, and then it comes together. Great.
Perfect.
Wonderful job. Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Who's the last movement?
Ellen, you're on.
It's a piece that's shockingly not played a lot. It should be. It's a very nice piece. I also didn't realize that he died so young, 36 years old, of strokes. He had many strokes at the end. And some people still think that he is on par with Mozart. I found it really interesting. Of course, you probably know the octet that he wrote, Mendelssohn. He wrote when he was 16, 17 years old. It's like the pinnacle of, and people say that he was a bigger genius than Mozart earlier. He just didn't change his ways. Mozart kept evolving, and Mendelssohn was like, "This is the way it goes. I'm not changing anything." All Mendelssohn sounds kind of the same, perfect, but Mozart kept challenging. I mean, this is crazy stuff. You ready for this?
Yes.
So remember, I don't know what Sterling is going to do, but it's a taka. So like I said, you can't be a taka because you'll be switching pianists out. So maybe you can run up. So you can hold like the last chord. You can push the pedal down. You can come over, put your hands there, do that. Okay. You're very fast. I'm afraid it's great, but be careful. There's a lot more to come. Like let's have it be strong and kind of held, sort of. Okay. a spaz, the last movement. So I don't want to feel like a spaz. So it's got to be fiery, but it's got to sound like we can go faster and not feel like it's going to fly off the rails. So let's start one more time, and let's keep it like. So when I practice things, so if whatever my tempo marking would be, I would be able to play it 30 clicks faster, but then I don't. So I can always go faster if I need to. And I'm combating things like, you know, conductors that rush, pianists that rush, anything that nerves adrenaline. So because you've got lightning fingers, that's great. It's going to be a super successful last movement, but let's keep it in check so the box is shaking, but it's not spilling out. Okay? Let's start one more time. I want to hear every note. We have to play together. So, take your time from the top note to the section. The other thing that I was thinking about is, like, right there, what's your dynamic?
Piano.
Exactly. So in general, for this to fly, it's got to be soft. The whole piece. The beginning, the very beginning is forte. The third bar is forte, but then it goes to piano. And I'm looking through it, and it goes, we're in the 30s, and it's still in piano. Then it goes to mezzo forte, 41. There's a peaking of a forte for one bar, then it goes back to piano. Then it goes to, you know, so let's just keep it as soft as we can in general. In fact, let's just forget the dynamics. Let's play piano. Okay? One more time. Let's do a little slower. couple of times we did. I'm doing my little Mendelssohn flourishes, and I want to make sure that I'm not having to restart. Can we do pick up to 101?
Sorry, I don't have measure numbers.
My fast part, my 16ths. I want to do it slowly with you so you know what I'm doing. You have that? You see it? No, it's yeah, pick up bomb, right there, right here. I just want you to hear what's happening, because again, going back to what we were saying earlier, it's very easy for you and your magnificence to flood all the work that I'm doing through here, and it's got to come out somehow, so I want you to hear what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try something. Can you try it without pedal once? Yeah? Great, I could hear. Did you hear the difference? Yeah. We were talking earlier about that's if you can do the sustaining with your hands versus the pedals, you will make friends with cellists in this piece, because it just thins everything out, and I can hear the little things versus it just kind of glowing, and then all the things that I'm doing, I start to push down and it doesn't feel good. That's terrific. I would say in general, in Mendelssohn, you don't have to. What do I know about piano? But I love it when pianists don't use as much pedal. Let's just put it that way. Right there. Same thing again, pick up to 101. Same spot. Spot. I'm glad that something happened right there. Right where that stopped. You see where that is? Let's take a little time before my. Do you see where I have crescendo on my? You see that? Yeah. That's where we're going to go forward. Right before that, we're going to slow down. So yip pa 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 rum pa 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 yip pa 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 rum. Do you see what I just sang?
Yeah.
Okay. Again. Do you see my forte in there? Something a little later, like 3 bars later, when I have. Do you see that part? It's 2 bars after where I just sang.
Oh yes, I see it.
So do you see where the forte is? Okay, let's count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So
That's right. We're gonna start right there. Okay. So yeah, that's not what he wrote, but it works. I'm just giving you a little trick, and Sterling might not want to do it, but it works. it feels weird otherwise. So right there where you stopped, kind of go, then I can take off, okay? Same spot. Interestingly, there's a lot of, we were talking about this in the first few movements, not to slow down because he didn't write it, but he's writing it everywhere here. So it's written after we just slowed down. So let's do where he's wrote it, you see?
Yeah.
So do you see my last entrance? Da, da, da.
Yeah, I see it.
Let's start right there. I were you, I'd put like an ear to listen to the cellist. I have to do the same because I'm either rushing or you're slowing down, but it's not together and it's panicking me. Do you have P marked?
Here.
Where I have the 16ths?
Yes.
Okay, so right there, make sure to be as stable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start at the measure before. Measure before my 16ths. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, I'm rewriting the ending, so I just want you to know what he wrote. So let's do it one more time. Let's do it at the fortissimo, the second to last. So. Yeah. Okay. because you go up and you create chords. So I'll do it one more time with mine, and so you know, okay? Good. Any questions?
Sounds terrific.
By the way, super successful.
Playing piano the whole time.
You've got a big sound.
And it's going to be magnificent. And I know where you're playing this. It's going to be magnificent.
And I think the more you can just keep it really down and think
Piano.
it's going to put you in a good place for colors. It's going to keep you in check and not feel like you have to like shove forward. But it just sounds
Elegant. And also kind of ferocious at the same time. But
to add ferocious on top of
charging, I think it stifles what Mendelssohn's all about. So,
was there any section that you want to go over before we stop?
I think it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think the second time when playing
Oh,
the whole
always,
I could hear a lot
always,
more of it.
always. When we were working with Simon earlier, it's so funny. It's the second time's always the better. No
Right.
matter
It's also like adjusting to the
it's
whole-
also funny in masterclasses because people will be like, "Oh, they're a genius," because the person will play and it'll be fine, and then they'll be like, "Think of the color purple," and then they'll do it again. It's so much better. Has nothing to do with purple. It has to do with the fact it's the second time. Great, good. We're good.
thank you. Thank you very much.
So we do some.
We're gonna take a quick break for
Okay.
a photo op.
Okay.
Yeah. So Simon, if you could come up here.
Okay. I'm terrified. I've never done this before.
Oh, this piece?
Well, no, I've never done like
Oh yeah, it's just, I mean, it's
cello,
it's
piano, chamber.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Shockingly Shostakovich.
Should we read off one? Or
Go easy on me.
We can read off one if you
Okay.
want.
I think you've got the bigger screen, so.
Do I? I don't even know.
But I can.
This way. Oof.
That's a cool style.
Isa gave this to me.
Did he really?
Yeah. Well, this is actually good. I'll do it like this. So Victor's in town, I guess.
Yeah, I saw him last night. I noticed that. Is that a pardon me?
This is the one of it's rosewood, whatever that is.
There's like some name that they call it.
Yeah, and then I got one. This is new, and this is new as of
Oh, wow.
yesterday. I got rid of the aluminum indent, which was just. Are we streaming now? Is everyone hearing this?
Yes.
Good cello tips.
Yeah, I had the whole thing overhauled.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That sounds great. You sound great.
yeah, thanks.
Oh. But do you want to put the lid on? Let's put the lid on.
Lisa gave this to me this summer.
That's really nifty.
It's really great. I mean, it's really strong.
Get one of those.
Yeah.
I think we just missed each other today at the because there's.
She's still-
Yeah.
That afterwards.
Now you're nervous.
Why do you make me watch Evelyn before you put me up?
Do we need to announce this piece? This is the Shostakovich Prelude. Was it for two cellos? And is that what it's called? It's Prelude, yeah. Okay. Alex.
Okay.
Huh?
What line should I play?
I'll play top.
Okay.
Do I go whenever?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly the tempo. What's so?
Was I going too fast?
I don't know.
It seemed a little quick.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's a long measure.
That is a very long. It's a whole lot.
I have to hold this a whole beat. Can we start one more time?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Was the tempo okay?
You were great.
Okay.
Can we start the Poco Pio Mosso, please?
Oh, Alex! This is Alex's first chamber music ever.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
No. It's great. It's great. It just, just be as steady as possible. The left hand. We talked about this all day. But yepple, bumble, bumble. We have to always have stuff to grab onto.
Okay.
Let's start at Poco Pio Mosso just for the sake of notes.
So right here. Okay.
Can you, I just want to experiment a little bit.
Okay.
Beautiful. Can you do, this is kind of a whole thing today. Can you do it without pedal?
Oh, like at all?
Try.
Oh.
Like try to connect with your hands.
Yeah, I could do it.
Let's try it.
From the
top.
From the top.
Yeah.
Okay, even the intro when cellos aren't.
Oh, well, maybe you're right. Maybe you do the intro with pedal, and then when we come in, like
Just no pedal. Okay, yeah.
Let's try.
Sure.
Try to do it with all the hands.
Okay.
Do you hear the difference without the pedal?
I do. Yeah, it's much clearer.
I think it's clear. Again, it's
Okay.
just it's a thing
Okay.
that when we're in the guts of the cello, the medium voice, thin it out and try to do it. And I've heard that a great example of a person who uses very little pedal in the piano world is Ashkenazi. I've been able to talk to people that have played with him, and they love playing with him because as a chamber music player, he allowed everyone to fly and to be free without, flexing the size of the piano. My only problem as your collaborative partner here is I don't know quite what to do musically going into that, the Pio Mosso.
Mhm.
Can we try that? Maybe just figure out, there's a comma in there. Let's just do the last bar before the Poco Pio Mosso, and let's maybe make sure it feels right, kind of sewn up in a bow, and then we start the Poco Pio Mosso.
Sure.
So the bar before Poco Pio Mosso.
Yeah. Wait, the
One bar.
just the measure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. So, ba-ba-ba-dum, ba-yum. I heard what has to happen now. Play your part by yourself once. So, bum bum ba da yum, ba dum. So to us it's the A, the G. So don't go. Play everything but that for now. Bum bum ba bum. One more time. Da bum ba bum bum ba dum. Right. So bum 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 ba dum. Like bring that out.
Okay.
So now let's add a dash of color.
Okay.
So ba bum ba bum bum ba dum bum bum bum. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Which part?
Same spot again.
Oh,
I'm just trying to make it a little more artistic. So
Okay.
ba 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 bum ba yum bum bum. One more time.
Okay.
That's a weird one. So what are we doing there?
I think maybe.
Oh, it was wrong rhythm.
Yeah.
I did the wrong rhythm. That's the problem. That would be the problem. Can we start two before?
Your defense, it's a very interestingly done.
Oh, because you're just.
uh,
I see. Can we just you and I talk right here?
from the rhythm, yeah.
That makes sense.
And also, it's
Shostakovich.
missing I think it's no, it's right. I was thinking it was missing a beat in that measure, but it just looks weird. On the
Yeah.
page.
So that was a problem. That you won't have that problem with other cellists. I miscounted. So we poco piemoso one more time. Oh, your bar before was excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna, if I may, just add in one thing
Of
with the
course.
8 notes. I think we're having a little bit of a taper in terms of the phrasing and the tempo. I think if you could match that da do da
That's right.
with the dying, the kind
Pull
of
it apart.
dying.
So it's da 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 da. First, yeah. So pull it apart.
Okay.
Retardando with
Yeah,
the
yep. Okay.
One more time.
Sure. The measure before again?
Now let's do the whole thing.
No, from the top.
No, poco piemoso.
Oh, just poco piemoso. Okay.
That's weird left hand. Can you and I play?
We'll
So
just,
you do something else?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I just been trying to hear it. So, and of course, once we all hear it, it'll be fine. Can you and I just play it? Those two bars.
Yeah,
So
sure.
1, 2.
Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, from the poco piemoso? Or is it just the two bars?
Two
at the
before
end?
tempo one.
Oh, got it. Okay, sorry.
Okay, and your left hand is the last beat.
Dun 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 dun. Boom. Right? That's the last beat of the bar. Third beat. Right?
That's it.
Is that?
Yeah. Right there. Right? Your F sharp is on my last note.
Yes, that's right.
That's key.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. I got it. Follow you. Okay. Interesting. All right. Oh.
So it's.
And then your last note is on my F sharp.
That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna try this again. Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
You said that's what you have to really listen for.
Okay.
Same thing again, poco piomoso.
I think you're beating both of us to the downbeat of the last bar for the tempo one. Do, da, do, da, do, da, do. Unless you have some other rhythm on the last beat. Is it just straight eighth notes?
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because I get this like. It's like it's weirdly like almost like feels syncopated in a way. I don't know if that's just.
Can you
me,
just play your left hand? Let's pull it apart. So just your left hand, the last two bars before tempo one.
Just the left hand.
Just left hand.
Okay.
Your left hand's
Oh.
boom.
Okay.
Dun 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 boom. So I'm gonna play straight. So I have. You see what I just did? I just played eighth notes for my quarter notes.
Yeah.
So da ba ba yum bum 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 boom.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
No.
No.
Dun 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 boom.
Unless, do you have it on the and of two? Is your note chain on the and of two? Maybe that's throwing this whole thing off.
No, it's third. So dun 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 boom. So this is how I would. Oh, you don't have the. Oh, forget it. Sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your whole.
No, it's okay. What?
But I was just going to put a line because that's dum. But this note right here is important. That lines up with that. Bum 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 bum. That note is that.
Is this is right?
No, sorry. No, sorry. It's that note. So bum 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 bum. Ba ba na da da ba yum. You see? Let me sing it with you once.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
Ready? 2, 3. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I'll play your left hand.
Okay.
Right? 1, 2, 3. 1. We're starting here.
Starting from here.
That's right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm just like, okay. So where am I?
Don't play open beats. Go bum 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 bum. You see, play those twice. Don't play a rest.
Okay.
So bum 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 bum. You
Okay.
see?
So like.
No, it's bum 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
What I'm asking you to do.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's my problem. I want you to play that chord right there twice. So it's bum bum bum
Oh.
bum. Bum bum. That's
Like-
right. That's right. One,
Okay.
1, 2,
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Fuck. Sorry.
Streaming.
Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Do you want to help, Natasha?
Yes, please. Can I will solve this in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, so they slow down here
Okay.
and they go, so you're going to listen to the top part, which is going to go. So when you hear
Yeah.
you have to line it up
Yeah, yeah. No,
and
I see
that
that.
lines up
I don't
with
know why
that.
I'm
You're
like
coming in early.
I'm coming in too
You're
early.
coming in early. That's all
Okay.
you're doing. You just play slower. Yeah, exactly. So, again, I'll play it with you. Ready?
Okay. Oh,
I'll play up here.
Are you
I
playing it?
play up here and you play.
okay.
And don't play extra notes.
Okay.
3, 4, or 4, 5, 6.
No, okay.
This, look.
Oh, okay. Can I try one more time? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we go really slow?
4, 5, 6.
I messed it.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6. You beat me to it.
I beat you to it.
Don't beat
okay,
me to
okay.
it.
I'll try again. Sorry.
Take it longer than 30 seconds.
Okay.
Got
Oh
it?
my God.
Wow. That sounds right. Okay.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, well, let's do Poco Pimoso.
Okay. Yeah.
All of us?
Yeah.
I guess I heard a different tempo.
It's okay.
But you're closer.
No, I don't know. Tempo 1?
Okay.
Watch them cue.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to run the whole thing now, but remember that poco a poco at the end does not say ritornando.
Oh, okay.
It gets softer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's run the whole thing. And then we're good. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Fun.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Zuill.
Welcome.
Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, that's all. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you, John Henry, for your appearance. Thank you, Zuill, for the class. Thank you for everyone who performed. And we'll see you all on December 8th. Tickets are only $100. That's it. It's nothing. It's a Starbucks coffee, right? Okay.